Rachel from Pink Tie Affair, and today we're going to go over how to decide what to keep and what to send back from your online shopping orders. I call out online shopping orders firstly because that is the kind of shopping that I do the most. Where I live, there aren't a whole lot of big malls around, so if I want something from a store that I don't have in my immediate vicinity, which is most of them, I have to order things online. Also, online shopping is probably the only kind of shopping most of us are doing right now if we are in such a privileged position that we are able to do any casual shopping at all. So that's why I'm going to talk about online shopping. However, I feel like these tips can also help you if you've been out to the shops for a long day of shopping and you come home with a lot of bags and you want to make sure that everything you bought is things you want to keep. Last week, I showed you a haul that I got online from Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister, and today we are going to go over together how I'm deciding which of these things to keep and which of these to send back. Alright, let's start with the first tip. I think this is the simplest and the quickest, but also arguably the hardest. It's just to ask yourself, do I even want this thing? So I know that you bought the piece of clothing, but of course if it's online, it could be a different color, it could be a different fabric than you thought it would be, it could fit differently on you than on the model. There are so many things that you simply can't tell online that you could probably tell in an in-store personal shopping experience. That's why every time that I get something online, I like to try the thing on and ask myself, do I like this? Am I excited to wear this? If the weather allowed tomorrow, would I want to wear it out tomorrow? And if there are any concerns at all, if I don't like the color, if the fabric feels bad, if I feel like the cut is in such a way that I don't expect a tailor can go fix it, then I don't keep the piece. Guys, there are so many nice clothes out, and they come out so often across so many retailers. I don't think there is a good reason at all to settle for anything that you don't feel 100% satisfied with. Even if you're looking for something super specific and you think you found it, but there's like one or two things that you don't like about that item, I encourage you to keep looking. Because like I said, retailers come out with things every single week basically these days, and so if you don't find it this week or this month, you may find it next week or next month. Also, from personal experience, I found that even if I do keep something that's like just the tiniest bit off and a tailor can't fix it, like the color or the fabric, I'm not satisfied. And I keep looking for something that is perfect anyway. So the thing that I bought is now sitting in my closet and I don't like it and I don't wear it. And that's just a total waste of your time, your money, and the item. So if there's anything at all, don't keep it. Another thing I encourage you to do is do some different motions in the thing that you're thinking of keeping. If you're anything like me, you cannot stand clothing that is uncomfortable or is going to inconvenience your life in any way. So when I get, say, a bottom, I definitely try to sit down in it. I do squats. I pull at it to see, if, say, I ate a big meal, would this be able to still sit comfortably on my body? And if it pulls or pinches in any way, even if it looks great, think twice about that. Because if you think that something tugs just a little while you're trying it on for the first time, you are going to go insane if you have to wear that thing for hours and hours upon end. And in my personal experience, in that situation, I'm not thinking, oh, but I look great, so that's fine. I'm thinking, oh my God, get this off me. Alright, so let's have a look at an example now. Let's start with this blouse from Abercrombie & Fitch. This is, I think, the long sleeve satin blouse or something like that. I don't really remember the full name. Anyway, I tried this on for you guys last week, and on the whole, I have a lot of good things to say about this. I do like the color, I really like these details, but on the whole, I couldn't get over the fabric. The satin fabric is definitely, it feels very synthetic, it doesn't feel very breathable, and because the silhouette is pretty tight around the waist, I just can totally imagine me getting a little bit sweaty and that sweat just pooling around my middle, and I really, really don't want that. So even though it's gorgeous, even though it was a good deal, I don't think I'll be keeping this. Moving on to this other blouse from Abercrombie. This is, I think, like the tie sleeve blouse or something. I don't know. If If you're interested in these, by the way, go watch my video from last week. I do an extensive try-on and review of all of the items I'm going to show you today. So if you think that you may be interested in this, watch that video and see what I thought about it. Anyway, similarly to the other blouse, I did like most things about this one. I really, again, loved the detail, and I loved the fabric. This fabric is nice and soft, and so it's definitely, it feels breathable. It feels like something I'd be able to wear in hot weather as well as warm weather. So that was great, but I just don't know about this color. It's a very sagey green, and I thought it would be a mint green, and I don't know, it just wasn't what I was hoping for. I don't have a lot of green things in my wardrobe, and I thought I would try one, but I wanted one that was like a light minty pastel green, and this just wasn't the perfect green piece to introduce into my wardrobe, so unfortunately this one is also going back. Lastly, this top. This is a cotton blend, just very kind of plain long sleeve tee with some really wide ribbing and eyelet details. And in terms of the fabric and the color, I actually do really like it. The problem is, firstly, the fit. I think it kind of runs a little bit small. It was pretty tight and form-fitting everywhere, especially in the sleeves. I really, really hate tight sleeves, by the way, but anyway. And this had tight sleeves, so I didn't love that. And I guess I could totally have sized up, but the problem is also these eyelets in the fabric. They just make the entire piece have little holes through it, which I feel like is weird because you can see your bra and your skin through it. So yeah, I wasn't really a fan of that either. This sort of top, this sort of plain long sleeve crew neck tee, I feel like you can find these in a lot of different pieces. So there's really no reason to keep this one when there are things that I'm not quite okay about it. So off the bat, that's 3 things out of 9 that I definitely won't be keeping. The next thing to do is to try these things on, because you want to know how your new clothes are going to fit with your old clothes and how much wear you're potentially going to get out of this new piece. The first thing that I always do is to try on the new thing with some of my old things that I specifically had in mind when I bought the new item. When I buy something new, I often have a specific outfit in mind that I think that piece is going to work out really well with. In fact, one of the questions that I ask myself when I decide whether or not to even add something to my basket is whether I can even think of one single outfit using things that I already have in my wardrobe to create. And if I can't, then, that new piece is probably not going to fit in well. So yeah, let's have a look at another example. Let's start with this romper. Obviously, I could just wear this romper by itself. It's a top and a bottom all in one, so it is its own outfit. But I personally envisioned wearing something underneath it, maybe something light and pastel-y for spring, and I could even carry these colors into autumn if I wore something darker. Those were the outfits that I thought of when I bought this in the first place, so let's try this on with some of those pieces to see if that actually works. Okay, here's the first outfit. This is probably semi-cheating because the top that I'm wearing underneath is actually also from this haul, but I do think that I could wear this romper with basically any kind of crew neck tee. It doesn't have to be this one, I just happen to have it at this time, so I put it underneath the romper. And I'm really liking this combo. I think my proof of concept of this romper is definitely a success. I really like how these 2 necklines are working together. In general, I think that a square neckline combined with a round neckline is a really great combination. They go so well together, and I'm also liking the white, or I guess white print on white, but I'm definitely gonna swap this tee out for a few different colors just to see if that also works. But yeah, this romper definitely passes the first round of try-ons. So now we've established that there's at least one outfit it's going to work with. Of course, if I'm going to buy something, especially because I do seasonal capsule wardrobes, I don't want the thing to just work with one other piece. I want it to work with a lot of other pieces. And so after I've established that I can at least get one good outfit out of it, and sometimes that's enough. I have a skirt that I only wear on Valentine's Day because it's pink, not really pink, it's kind of like a pinky red. Anyway, it's a bright color that is in the pink and white realm, and it has hearts at the pockets, which is like Super Valentine's Day, and it's really hard to style with really anything, but it's such a perfect skirt for Valentine's that I kept it anyway. But that's an exception. Most of the time, if I can't get a lot of different outfits out of something, I don't keep it. So let's swap out this top and see what else it works with. Here is the romper with a black top underneath it instead, and this is working out as well as I had hoped. I think that the black in the shirt emphasizes the deep blue of the flowers on the romper, whereas before the white t-shirt emphasized the white body of the romper. And I think this makes an even better case to keep this piece because it can seamlessly transition from my spring wardrobe to my fall wardrobe, in which I do wear a lot more black and deep colors. Also, I'm really enjoying how opaque this romper is. I mean, I literally have on a black top underneath, but the white still looks very crisp and stands out very effectively from the black. So yeah, I'm saying yes to this romper. Moving on to this shirt dress. This one I'm not as sure of as the romper. Again, because it's a dress, it's an all-in-one outfit, so I suppose it could be argued, here's outfit number 1. But I want to be a little bit more strict with it because there are a lot of nice dresses out there, and this, I mean, it's certainly a dress, but I'm definitely not wowed by it, so I want to make sure that I can get a lot of outfits out of it that I do really, really like before I decide to keep it. When I bought it, I thought more that I was actually going to wear this in the fall with things over it, so I'm going to try on one of my fall sweaters on top of it first. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, here is, wait, I did say sweater, right, just now? Okay, so this is a sweatshirt. It's not a sweater, but I wear them interchangeably because I use them to layer a lot, so actually cool. Never mind, let's try on a sweatshirt on top of the dress. So this is a situation I think that probably is kind of borderline. I wanted to use this sweatshirt to put on top of the dress because the sweatshirt is blue and the dress is blue with white stripes, so I thought that the blue on blue would make a good monochrome combo together. And I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks kind of cute with the sweater that's a little bit more oversized on top of the slightly tighter dress, or at least slightly shorter, I don't know. But yeah, when I look in the mirror, I'm just not super wowed by this outfit combination. It's definitely good enough that I'm just going to look at it more and see how I think, and definitely try different things on with the dress. But I think this is an example of how, in my head, I thought of this great outfit with a blue sweatshirt on top of a blue dress, and that worked out great. But when I actually put it on, it just didn't look as nice as I thought it would. And that's fine, that happens. I'm definitely not giving up on the dress yet, but it definitely also isn't ideal. So I did just say that what I didn't like about this combo is that the sweatshirt looked a bit too oversized for the dress, so I'm going to go swap out the sweatshirt for something a bit more tight-fitted, and we'll see what I think. Okay, let's try again. I've put this isn't exactly a sweater, this is a knitted shirt, but I put it on top of the shirt dress because it's a bit more lightweight. For this one, I definitely think it's better than the last one. I definitely like how the shirt is a bit more close to the body, and so a little bit more similar to the shirt dress that's underneath. I don't know. I'm just still not super in love with the outfit. I think it may be the neckline. I think the plunging, the V-neck with the V-neck together just looks a bit weird. So I think I'm going to swap it out a third time for a crew neck and see if that works. But definitely in terms of the process, this is probably not a good sign. If I'm having trouble styling something, it probably means that my styling options are going to be somewhat limited, and that's not good for me. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried about this dress. Alright, take 3. This time I'm putting back on the black top that I put under the romper earlier. It's also not so much a sweater as a thinly knitted top, and it has a crew neck this time, and is also very lightweight and close to the body. This one I think I like the most out of everything I've tried. Definitely the neckline is helping, and it's fairly tight, so that's also helping to keep the shape. I do think that the whole vibe is sort of like, I don't know, K-pop starry, which, I mean, totally is not a bad thing. People dress really nice in those videos. I don't know how I feel about it on me. That's really disappointing because I really wanted this shirt dress to work out. The fabric is so nice. Like, I have so much trouble finding shirt dresses that are a nice, soft, sturdy cotton fabric. And I was really, really hoping that this would work out. But I mean, this happens a lot. Like I said, if you have something that, everything is pretty okay except for one thing, which in this case is that it's hard to style, which, okay, that's I think a pretty big thing, then by my own rules, I'm not going to keep it just because I can already tell that I'm not going to be able to get the wear I want out of it. And so even though I really, really want to keep it and try to make it work, that just doesn't sound like a good idea from experience. It normally doesn't work out, so yeah, that's really unfortunate. Well, let's try on something else and hope for some better luck. Okay guys, we are back on track. I have a really good feeling about this one. This next piece is this pink t-shirt I have on right now, and I have them on with these white jeans. So when I bought this item, I actually thought about wearing this top with a different cardigan because the colors match, but before I put that on, let me talk about the jeans. Because because I wasn't really in particular thinking about any kind of buttons, I just thought, all right, I'll just get a pair of blue denim. Everything looks good with blue denim, and I'm sure it would be fine. But then I went into my closet and I saw my white jeans, and I thought, but wait, the flowers on the shirt are white, and the jeans are white, so you get this nice little color coordination thing going here. And that made me really excited. Like, I love it when I just discover a combo that wasn't the one I was thinking of before. Because, I mean, sure, I'll try it on with blue jeans later too, and I'm sure that's fine. But also, it works with white jeans. Anyway, I'm going to go put on the cardigan that I bought this for in the first place. Look at this. They're basically like a perfect color match. Well, not really. I feel like the cardigan is just the slightest bit, I don't want to say duller, but like dustier, that's the right word. It's slightly dustier than the shirt, but the colors match really well. And with the white combination here, I feel like this just looks like such an intentional and coordinated outfit, and I'm really, really pleased with this. I'm so glad the colors did actually match so well, just because I feel like this sort of dusty mauve color is kind of unusual and hard to match, so I'm really glad that I found two things that were so close to each other. I think in this particular case, like, this is a wrap for this top. I'm keeping this top, firstly because it does work with the outfit that I bought it for, but also this sort of crew neck, short sleeve, pink top is something that I know works with my wardrobe. Like, let's be real, half of it's already pink. It's gonna go together. It'll be fine. So the fact that it does work well for the one use case I specifically wanted it for, I think is enough confirmation for me. This is a keeper. Moving right along, we are making good progress here. Let's do, what do we want to do? Let's do this top next. This top is the same cut and fabric as the pink one that I just showed you, except it's white and it has these blue flowers all over it. This is an example of something I bought without really a clear outfit goal in mind. I got it because I thought the fit would be really nice just in general, and also because I really love this blue flower, this blue ditzy print. Actually any kind of blue flower, but anyway, blue floral print on a white background is something that I'm really into this season, so that's why I got this top. I kept it on right now with the same white jeans as before because the white in the shirt and the white in the jeans also make a nice sort of monochrome outfit here. And I feel like, even though I didn't have an outfit in mind, the fact that it does go well with the jeans counts as outfit number one for me. And let's see, what else could I do with this? See, well, I was thinking, especially when I was trying on the pink top and the romper, I was thinking that normally when I decide to keep something, I go through this whole process of trying it on with a lot of different things in my wardrobe. Like if I get a new top, I try it on with all my different bottoms just because, you know, I probably can't think of all the possible outfits that would look good with that top, so I just try everything on just to check just in case. And of course some of it looks awful, but I get some really nice surprises. And so I was thinking, once I decide everything I'm going to keep from this haul, whether or not my next video should be showing you guys that process of just trying on the same top with a bunch of bottoms and just letting you see like what unusual combinations there are and what works that you may not think, would have worked if you had just thought about it by yourself. But anyway, back to this particular top. Because the romper did look good with black, I'm thinking I'm going to try this on with a black bottom and see if that also works out. Okay, here we go. By the way, I'm sorry that this rack keeps changing. Every time I change out, I try to remember to put the thing that I just took off back on, but I don't always remember, so sometimes if it looks a bit sparse, that's why. Anyway, I do have black skinny jeans, and I could have put on those, but I'm pretty sure that they won't work out, just like the white ones except black. And so I put on these shorts, firstly because I love wearing these shorts. These shorts, I got them at Windsor, I think, and they are, for high-rise shorts, the most comfortable shorts ever because the fabric is just so soft and so stretchy, and it doesn't like pinch me or anything, even though it's super close to the body. So anyway, that's why I chose them. But yeah, I think, again, proof of concept successful. The shirt does look really good with the black shorts as well. Actually, in this case, who am I kidding? I'm keeping this shirt just because I really like it to begin with. I really love the pattern, and I wanted more of that in my wardrobe in the first place. And it looks like it's, working out with at least two things. And it's probably going to look great with pink. I mean, let's see. Here's something pink. Yeah, colors go nicely together. So if I have, pink shorts, I don't have pink shorts. If I wear this with a pink skirt, I'm sure it'll look great. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes you get something that after you try it on with one or two things, you are just so sure that you're going to keep it. And so not every single piece has to be a process like with the shirt dress over there. I actually think that's actually probably a good rule of thumb, is that if something's like really, really right for your wardrobe, you're going to know pretty early on. But yeah, I think decision made here. Moving on. The next top I want to talk about is this white tee. It's basically the white version of the pink one that I showed you 2 tops ago. Yeah. And I wanted to show you what it looked like just with this white pair of jeans because I do have an outfit I have in mind that I bought this for, but when I put the other thing on, it's going to partially cover this top, so I wanted to show it to you first. And I do think that with the white jeans, I mean, it's a nice monochrome, sort of, effortless, but also cool and not too basic outfit. So this can probably count as outfit number 1, but I am still going to try it with, I have this pinafore dress, just to make sure that it works for the outfit I originally bought it for. Okay, the pinafore dress is on, and it is looking good. The reason I wanted this top specifically for this dress is because of the flower embroidery. This flower is yellow, and the dress isn't yellow, but it is a very antique white, definitely with those yellow undertones. So I feel like those two still go together, and the floral theme also helps make it more coherent. So I think that this top is perfect for this bottom, and that's a yes. Like with the pink top, I feel like this white top is also just something that I pretty much know is going to fit in with the rest of my wardrobe because it's so similar to things I already have now in terms of the color and the style and things. So I'm not going to do a lot of try-ons right now just because I know it's going to work with my wardrobe and I'm going to keep it. And I will say that at this time, there is an argument that, okay, it didn't really have to be this white top that went with this bottom. It could have probably just been any white top, and that is true. However, I don't actually have another like just plain white tee, or I do have one other white tee, but it's got a graphic on it with black and red, so I don't think that would go well with this bottom at all, so yeah. If I had a lot of white tees already, I don't know that I would have kept this one, or, well, if I had a lot of white tees already, I don't know that I'd have bought it in the first place, but I don't, so this works out. Okay, the last thing we're going to make a decision on today is this tank top, which right now I have paired with the same shorts that I tried on the tee version of this tank with. This tee is the exact color and material and a very similar style to one of the tees that I showed you before, also with the blue flowers on the white background. And, okay, so originally I kept this through the first round of whether or not, I found anything at all wrong with it, because I thought, oh, of course, I know that I like the material and I know I like the pattern a lot because of that tee, so, okay. But now that I have this outfit on, firstly, I feel like it's definitely seasonally appropriate. I would definitely wear this during the summer with shorts, but also this tank is looking really tight, and the shorts are also really tight and form-fitting. So on the whole, it looks just a little bit short and skimpy for me. Yeah, my boyfriend would probably like it, but that's not always a good thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna change out the bottoms now. Okay, much better. I put on this pleated satin midi skirt, and it just looks much more, like, appropriate for public consumption, I guess. I do think that this pattern looks really nice with the sort of metallic pink. And so at first glance, I would give this outfit a yes, actually. The one thing I am thinking of right now is that I just said I like the print with this skirt. And I'm thinking of the t-shirt that I already have and whether or not that would also work equally well with this skirt. The reason I'm thinking about that is because when I tried this tank on with the shorts just now, I just said that I didn't really like it with the shorts because it was a bit too tight and a bit too revealing. And I think that in general, I can pretty confidently say that I'd probably get less wear out of this tank than the tee because of those properties. So yeah, I'm just going to try on that other blue and white top with this skirt and see if I like it as much, and if I do, then I think I'm going to say that it's the pattern I like and not really the silhouette, and so at that point I might just want to let this one go. Alright, this is the tee version of that outfit, and already I can see that having the tee instead of the tank makes such a huge difference. It definitely is less revealing and less sexy, and this is the sort of thing that I feel like I probably could wear to church. And it definitely feels nicer too because, things aren't as tight, they aren't squeezing me anywhere, and it's easier to find a bra for a t-shirt. Like, tank tops are nice, but honestly, straps are a thing, and I don't really have a good strapless bra, so I really prefer things that either have wide straps that can hide bra straps or sleeves. So I'm definitely finding that I feel much more comfortable in this tee than in the tank. And for sure, since the color and the pattern are exactly the same, the tee goes as well with the skirt as the tank did. Which, by the way, isn't always true. Like, sometimes you change the silhouette of something, and even if it's the exact same pattern and fabric, it doesn't look the same at all. And, I mean, okay, so this outfit definitely does not look the same as the tank version. So if, for example, I had really liked the silhouette of that one, then I would be in favor of keeping the tank. But yeah, I just find that I'm feeling much more comfortable in this outfit, so I think I'm gonna go with the tee and probably send the tank back. Alright, there we are. Those are all the items from my haul from last week and whether or not I'm going to keep them. The results are in, and I'm going to be keeping all three of the tees and also the romper and sending back 2 blouses, a dress, and a tank. So that's 4 versus 5, which is a pretty even split. I would say that's actually a really good haul for me. I mean, I've had situations definitely where I've gotten 9 or more things and sent literally every single thing back, which isn't great. It uses a lot of plastic. There's, a lot of shipping and environmental concerns in there. But for me personally, I think that it's probably more of a waste to get something and keep it even though I don't like it and then eventually throw it away and generating even more waste than to send it back. So that's why I still do that. If it were possible, I would shop in store and in person at all times, but like I said, there aren't that many shops around here, so that's not really a thing I can do all the time. And I would definitely be wary of the feeling of like you wasted your time going shopping. Like if you did shop for 9 things and you found 9 things and none of them were particularly good for you, you were just unhappy with one thing or another with all of them. I've personally felt this pressure to be like, okay, I'll keep at least one of these things because otherwise this whole shopping expedition would have been a waste. I don't think that anymore because by sending back the things that you don't really like and are probably not going to wear, you're saving yourself so much money, and in the process of deciding whether or not to keep something, you are learning more about what you like and don't like and are saving your future self so much time from buying things that you will end up not wanting to keep. And on top of that, I mean, you get to keep the fun that you had while going shopping and picking out these things. So actually, on the whole, I would rate that as a really positive experience and wouldn't be too upset at all that in the end I didn't actually get like a physical item out of it. So yeah, that is all from me today. Again, I'm thinking of doing a video about what I do with new clothes that I'm for sure keeping, because like I said, I do this huge try on and I try to figure out, things that work and don't work and try to find new combinations of things that I would never have thought of by myself. So leave a comment if you would like to see something like that. But otherwise, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!